What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So after several months of just teasers and 5-second clips, 8-second clips, multiple fan experiences, which, side note, we did cover those fan experiences, and in my opinion, they were just absolutely trash. They were very underwhelming. We've had several little tidbits. They've set up websites to give you some sort of look into how the xenomorph is born. All this stuff for months on end, never got a trailer, never really got anything, and here we are finally. They finally are giving us an Alien Earth trailer, an official trailer for this series that's coming to Hulu this summer. So I will say I've been very underwhelmed thus far by what we've seen. Again, just mostly about the fan experience, because you would think with so much marketing they've put behind this TV series on the back of Alien Romulus being, in many people's eyes, in the studio's eyes, a success and a way to restart the franchise. And now we have Alien Earth, which I'm hoping, I highly doubt, I hope, but I highly doubt in this trailer they're going to even address this timeline issue of this being 2 years before the initial Alien film. And I've said, like a broken record, time and time again, what my issues are with the timeline, especially as it relates to the Aliens story, the second film, the story that takes place there. It just doesn't make any sense as to the fact that they all believe that this species has never made it to Earth, yet this is happening 2 years before the original film, and it's made it to Earth. So unless it's a different Earth, or they're introducing somehow the multiverse here, I'm wanting them to explain that to me. So, as we always do, we're going to jump into the article details, see if there's anything learned to new. We're going to check out the trailer, give our initial reaction. So, Alien Earth official trailer unleashes monsters from the darkest corners of the universe. I'd imagine this is an image from the trailer, and we see just from here, the pulse rifle looks very similar. It doesn't look exactly the same in this image, but it looks very similar to what we saw in the second Aliens film that the Marines were using. So doesn't look like technology has advanced that far between this timeline and Aliens 2, which we know there is a gap of time there. I think it was like, I don't know, was it 70 years? Something like that. All right, so the Alien franchise comes to Earth and the small screen for the very first time in Alien Earth, and the official trailer for creator Noah Hawley's series has arrived this morning. This was a couple days ago if you're watching this now. Alien Earth will premiere with the horror series first 2 episodes on August 12th at 8 p.m. on FX and Hulu in the US, and Disney Plus internationally. New episodes will follow weekly on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. through September 23rd. So what we will do August 12th, let's see what day August 12th falls on. So August 12th is a Tuesday, so we'll get those 2 episodes. We will do like we've been doing, and we'll continue to do with some of these series, is we'll do an episode by episode breakdown. So August 12th is a Tuesday. We will wait until that coming Friday the 15th or 16th before we give our spoiler reviews on those first 2 episodes. And I'll pretty much keep up with that cadence going forward. For every week, we'll allow the episode to drop on a Tuesday, give it a few days for everyone to watch it, and then we'll release our spoiler review of it, and then wrap up the whole series on the 23rd. All right, so let's continue. Alien Earth is set before the events of the original Alien in 2120. I still have a problem with that. A ship charged with collecting monsters from the darkest corners of the universe crash lands on Earth, and one of the monsters is, of course, the legendary xenomorph. Makes no sense to me. But the Alien Earth trailer makes it clear that it's not the only monster our human and android characters will have to deal with. From creator Noah, Alien Earth deals with the emergence of the story's infamous Weyland-Yutani Corporation and the race between corporations to create new android life. Here's the official plot synopsis for the series. All right, here we go. 5 corporations, Prodigy, Weyland-Yutani, Lynch, Dynamic, and Threshold, wield the powers of nations, and proprietary advancements in technology provide the promise of a new tomorrow. When a mysterious space vessel crash lands on Earth, a young woman and a ragtag group of tactical soldiers make a fateful discovery that puts them face to face with the planet's greatest threat. So not much of a change there from the synopsis we got months ago. Nothing new there. Casting names, not reading them. We never do anymore. the trailer, which we're going to watch, and then now the new poster. Now, I do like this new poster, but again, get rid of the FX label, original series, Alien Earth, just leave that there, and then I think at the bottom, the Hulu, yeah, get rid of this stuff down here. Otherwise, I'm really liking this poster. I just still want to fully understand how they're going to explain this timeline issue with aliens on Earth and aliens to the original film. They were never made it to Earth. So, all right, we're back to the top of the article. Let's jump over to the trailer and let's see what we're going to get.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How's our girl?
She's ready.
You're gonna be the first person to transition from a human body to a synthetic.
Because I'm special.
That's right. You're very, very special.
We have a downed spacecraft.
I want what's on that ship.
We can do it. We're fast. We're strong. We don't break.
It's like a zoo, but the animals got out.
This ship collected 5 different life forms from the darkest corners of the universe. Monsters.
Invasive species. Predatory.
If we don't lock them down, it will be too late.
So it didn't really, I don't know, that's kind of a disappointing trailer, first trailer in my opinion. I feel like it was more of a let's set the foundation, let's set the story, and not really give you too much about what these 5 monsters are outside of what we know. Obviously one of them is a xenomorph. Now when we did look at some of the previous images, posters, things of that nature, we did see somewhere it looked like one of the canisters had like a very big bumblebee or bee, something that flew inside of it, things of that nature. But I mean, obviously we're seeing here in this trailer, they mentioned at the very beginning of the trailer, at least almost halfway through, a quarter of the way through, that they're taking, it looks like a dying girl, and they mentioned she's gonna be the first one to have her life transferred into a synthetic being or android body. So we're seeing that happen. The spacecraft that crashes, it's interesting because I had meant to believe that this spacecraft was going to crash like somewhere out like in the wild, like in the mountain ranges, something like that. But what we saw, if it's the same ship, it crashes right in the middle of the city, takes out a couple buildings, and then they all rush to it. We do see a couple scenes of them out in the wilderness. We saw them in a river or like a lake, like a stream, carrying had like a body or something on a raft that they were guiding through. And we did see obviously some a larger group of soldiers coming down this mountain, coming down this hill into this wooded area. So not sure how this is going to play out as far as if it's crashing in the middle of the city, how it gets to the outer skirts of the city, like into the wild, so to speak. Now, we did see a bit of the xenomorph as far as like the acid blood when they looked up into the ceiling. It looked like it had melted through the ceiling, but again, it looked like it was a very much enclosed place. Now, I'm not sure if that's within the laboratory when after it escapes, or if it's within the ship that had crashed, because we did see pretty much the whole crew was dead. Also, one thing I want to point out in all the teasers that we've seen thus far, if this is happening 2 years before the original film, this didn't feel like it was that same time period. Like, it didn't have like that old schools, like especially like the ship, for example, if you remember like the clicking sounds, like the old computer clicking sounds and how the ship looked, it looked very much like 70s, right? The environment looked, I mean, of course that's when the film was made, so it's gonna have that old look. This film did not give off that same, at least what we saw, it didn't give off that same vibe as if this was happening in the same time period. It almost looked like what we were seeing was more advanced than what was happening in the original film. So if this is happening 2 years beforehand, you would think they would have somehow tried to match up, whether it was like clothing, hairstyles, there's the whole look and feel of how people were as in this, in 2120, especially if the original film was happening in 2122, only 2 years away, they would have that same clothing, the same hairstyle, again, just doesn't look like it has that same vibe. And it just could be what we just saw in this trailer. When we see the full film, or series, I should say, I keep saying film, but the TV series, maybe it will look vastly different. I don't know. It just didn't feel like that. So I'm looking forward to the next trailer. Hopefully they give us more, because this one, I felt like they kept much of it in mystery, like they've been doing. It might just be part of their marketing ploy just to draw you in. I'm not overly excited. I'm not excited, but I'm also not like, oh, this sucks, I'm walking away from it. I'm still very much in the middle ground. I need to see more before I'm like, yeah, I'm all in, let's do it, hyping it up. Like I said, I'm still gonna watch it just because I'm a fan of the Alien franchise, but I'm gonna go into this one with very like timid, a very timid reaction, so if that's the best way to put it. So anyways, drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the first Alien Earth trailer. Now, I do understand Ridley Scott is an executive producer for this TV series, so I'm wondering how much influence we're going to see as far as his hands kind of in the pot, so to speak, compared to the other projects he's worked on in this overall franchise. So anyways, like I said, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the first trailer. Are you excited? Are you not excited? Are you still very much in the middle ground like I am, and you need to see a bit more, whether it's a trailer or you just need to see the series overall? So let me know in the comment section. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.